prior deluge in 2007. Main suspect Christian Bruckner, who denies any involvement, is in prison in Germany for the rape of a woman nearby. Crime journalist Robin Swan says the aim of this search is clear.
The German police are looking for remains. That is what they have indicated. It's a parcel of land that is owned by multiple private individuals, so lots of permissions have been sought. So one assumes they have something interesting or something serious as a lead to go on.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. It is a Wednesday, the 4th day of June for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports as we get you out the door here this morning. Going to be talking about the NCAA baseball tournament again. The super regional schedule is now set. We'll take a peek here this morning. A ton of Legion baseball played around the area last night, including wins by Hastings 5 Points Bank and Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes on the road at Columbus. Hastings runs, and they hosted a doubleheader last night and won 2 games out of Duncan Field. Big matchup over in Kearney last night as Kearney Miscos took on Grand Island Home Federal. While the results of those games coming up. Hastings Sodbusters not as fortunate. They had a game scheduled in Fremont last night. It was postponed due to wet ground, so they had the night off to get ready to take on the Nebraska Prospects in a single game tomorrow night out at Duncan. The 67th annual Shrine Bowl football game is coming up on Saturday with some local flavor. We'll take a look at who's going to be playing for both the North and the South squads. NBA finals get underway tomorrow night. The NHL finals get underway tonight with a battle between Florida and Edmonton. And a lot to talk about in Major League Baseball and the NBA here this morning as we get you up and get you rolling and get you over to Tyson Havronic over in the Western Studios. Good morning.
And good morning, Mike, as we get up here on this Wednesday morning. And you talk about a lot to talk about in the NBA. Can we start there? What the hell are the Knicks doing?
Yeah, one of the most successful coaches that they've had in recent history gets the axe yesterday after leading his team into the Eastern Conference Finals this year.
An absolute head-scratcher. I mean, unless you're bringing in Jay Wright, who coached 4 of these guys in Villanova when he was the coach there and they won that national title, unless your plan is to bring in Jay Wright, there is no reason to get rid of Tom Thibodeau. He brings a style of defense which the NBA seriously lacks, and his teams play with a lot of defensive intensity. Nobody knows how to coach bigs better than Tibbs, and that was just an absolute head-scratcher yesterday. All you do is you lead this team to the final or the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, you're 2 games away from potentially playing in the NBA Championship Series. And it's not good enough for that greedy New York market. Continuing just a long line of head-scratching moves, really in that entire region. That's one that wants success and wants it now, and won't falter even at like a 4th place finish. Yeah, I was completely blown away. I was talking with the Knicks fan here on the show, my good buddy Cody, and he was saying when he got the alert, he thought it was for a contract extension. So he put his phone down and kept driving. And I'm shooting him texts like, what is going on over here? And he took a double glance at it. And yeah, Tibbs gets the axe. So, I mean, yeah, unless you're bringing in a Jay Wright, I don't know who else I would throw on a short list. It's Jay Wright or nobody. So that was mind-boggling. I mean, and Tibbs is going to go make some money and turn around another NBA franchise, you know?
He surpassed Pat Riley earlier this season to rank 4th on the franchise list in victories. He actually signed a 3-year contract extension with the team last summer. But, yeah, the Eastern Conference Finals not good enough as Tibbs is down the road. He's been fired as a head coach of the New York Knicks. Just one of the things I had on my things, a list of things to talk about here today. One of the most successful runs by any coach as the head man at New York. Thibodeau, he's also coached the Chicago Bulls. He's coached the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's got a .479 career winning percentage as a head coach, the highest by any coach without a finals appearance in NBA history. So maybe that's the thing, but hell, not everybody can make it to the NBA finals.
Listen, man, we know from experience that the grass isn't always greener, and when you're a consistently winning program, like let's say maybe 9 wins in a college football season, and you get rid of that guy, it can take a long ass time to rebuild. And you're going to go through some stinkers of coaches that can't get it right. Be careful what you wish for.
Yep.
Somewhere Bo Pelini is smiling as I'm making that nod in that reference. But, yeah, careful what you wish for because it could be a bumpy road back. Chiefs chiming in, saying absolutely dumb move by the Knicks. Tibbs is a great coach, and I agree. I think he's perfect for the NBA. I think he knows how to address those locker rooms and get those guys to play for one another. Not hard when you're like the New York Knicks, who already have that team chemistry when 4/5 of that starting roster played on the same damn college team. I was completely blown away by that move, and it could spell a disastrous backpedal for a franchise that I don't think. I mean, let's be realistic, man. They were one piece away in the NBA draft from being able to take it to Indiana. There was one missing link, I think, in that series against the Indiana Pacers, and I think they were going to go out and get it in the NBA draft, and then that rebuild was going to be complete, and we were going to see the Knicks in the finals. I think that Tibbs had the course charted correctly, and that was a shocker yesterday. So, I mean, the vindictive, salty soul in me that exists, talking to you, Stan Kroenke, hopes that this backfires and blows up in the Knicks' face, because it's just, like I said, it's just a head scratcher. And Jay Wright has indicated like he's got no intention to coach NBA ball. I don't know if that changes with this Knicks team and the history he's had with these guys, but unless that's your guy, I'm completely blown away.
You would think that the front office has got some sort of a plan.
Clearly not. They fired a guy who got 4th place.
Well, they might have somebody they think is going to be better, but it better be a big name.
Yeah.
Who's going to go take that job? A lot of college coaches don't want to coach in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And it seems like these NBA coaches, when they get fired, it's just like a rotation.
Oh, yeah, he'll
this
go
guy,
somewhere and be successful.
He probably don't have to coach next year because he just signed his 3-year contract extension last summer. So Tibbs probably don't have to coach again next year. Maybe the following year he'll hook on with the team. But it just seems these coaches are in a rotation. One guy gets fired there, they go here, but this guy goes here. And pretty soon it's just a complete rotation of coaches. So New York better have a plan in place after you fire Tibbs yesterday. One other thing I want to get to before we get rolling in the NBA. We've been talking a lot on this show about the woeful Colorado Rockies.
Bum, 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 bum.
Well, they did something yesterday they haven't done for a while. They've entered their record-setting streak of 22 consecutive series losses. After recording a 3-2 win over Miami last night for their second straight win over the Marlins, the win ensures the Rockies will leave town this week with their first series victory since taking 2 of 3 games from Arizona in mid-September of last season. The Rockies are now 11-50 on the season after winning back-to-back games for the first time since April 30th and May 1st against Atlanta and San Francisco. Before the Rockies arrived in Miami, they had gone 3-28 on the road the worst road mark at that point of the season in more than a century. So kudos to the Colorado Rockies. They finally win a series, and they now improve to 11-50 on the season after they won their game last night 3-2 over the Miami Marlins.
They're hot, baby. Bet them. They're hot. First series win. I mean, it's the first time I think they've strung together 2 wins in, I don't know, when was the last time that they put together a winning streak? If you're not winning series, you're not getting winning streaks.
Let's see, the first time they won back-to-back games since April 30th and May 1st.
April 30th and May 1st.
Yeah.
So happened this year, okay.
Yeah, well, Atlanta was April 30th and San Francisco May 1st, so it's not, they didn't win a series, but they won back-to-back games back then. So, wow. Anyway, they're like you said, they're hot. They're hot right now. Kudos to the Rockies. Stroman, evidently he must be a Colorado Rockies fan. He texted me the other day, and that was when we were hagging him again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
He said, quit leaning on my Rockies.
Yep. Stroman's a big Rockies guy.
So we got to give the Rockies kudos when we have a chance here. So
sure.
They won last night.
I'll give our Kansas City faithful some kudos. They picked up a 10-7 victory over the Cards. Gave the rock to Mats yesterday. He got touched up in the 5th inning, a 6-run 5th inning for the Kansas City Royals, ultimately resulting in a 10-7 victory.
How did a man do? Did he play?
Yeah, he played. He had a debut. Nothing really flashy or special about it.
Did you get a base hit? Anything?
Let's look at the box score.
Check out the box score. Jack Caglione from the Omaha Storm Chasers called up by the Royals. He played last night.
You think that it would be in the lead of the story, right?
Well, that means he didn't do anything.
Caglione stepped up to the plate for the first time to lead off the top of the 2nd inning. Lined a 2-2 pitch onto the warning track where Victor Scott robbed him of his first career hit. So, didn't it wasn't like he homered on the first. You see so many of those debuts, right, where these top prospects like homer for their first hit of their Major League Baseball career. I mean, it's just crazy how many times that actually happens. You wouldn't think, in the grand scheme of things, that you would see so many of those, but over and over again. Guys are just jacked up and they're ready to hit. And Caglione steps up for the first time. He goes to the warning track. Victor Scott makes the highway robbery. So yeah, but Royals picked up the dub. Let's see, Cubs flew the W in the nation. Who cares about the Cubs, Chief? Come on, Chief. We don't care about the Cubs here. Plus, they're playing the Nationals. It's kind of like an automatic win.
All right, so the Cubbies won, Royals won. Major League Baseball, as we inch toward the 100 mark with 100 games to go in the regular season.
Some teams have hit it. The Cardinals are like with 102 now.
Okay.
They've had a few games off, so some teams have hit the 100 mark.
All right, so the playoff push.
I want to flip back to the NBA just really quickly, though.
Yeah.
We're talking about Thibodeau, right? And you mentioned like maybe kicking the feet up in the beach and enjoying the 3-year contract extension and the money that he's going to receive from that. But like, what if you have a team, and this one kind of sparked my interest yesterday when I heard it, and I hadn't even thought about it, but say San Antonio. Like, that is a basically franchise that's ready for liftoff, ready for launch. They're big. They struggled a little bit defensively this year. They need a few more offensive pieces. What if Tibbs goes to the Spurs and just starts another reign of an incredible coaching career to follow Pops?
Now that could happen, I suppose. Money talks.
It's my best, be my best landing spot for him.
Money talks. Never can tell. All right, so the NBA circle is on.
My money talks to me. It's like, hey, where's more of us?
402 834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to join us in our discussions here this morning, anything we've talked about so far or anything that's on your mind today, give us a call. Love to chat with you on our fan line, so to speak. 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on one of our social media sites, you can. The house is full here this morning, so if you'd like to chime in, join us at the breakfast table, you can, with a discussion here as we get you up and get you going. Finally, the rain has moved out of here. Finally, the rain has moved out. We've got sunshine this morning. I see highs up around 70. So, again, the spring-like weather is back with us here as we inch our way into the month of June.
It cleared off yesterday evening, like right about the time that first pitch would have been for the Busters in the Moo, but obviously it was still downpouring out east. Saw some photos out west, man. There was some flooding out in the North Platte area, some Kearney areas. Up north, they had some street flooding going on, so plenty of rain. God knows we needed it. Yesterday, again, not a home game, so nothing really hurt on the Buster side of things in terms of losing home games. It's just a nice rain.
I was surprised all the Legion teams got their games in yesterday.
Same.
So the Busters couldn't play in Fremont, but Hastings 5 Points Bank and Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes played in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Hastings Runza played at home. Kearney played their Legion games last night, so we got our local stuff in. Busters postponed by rain. Did you see the tornadoes down in Kansas City yesterday?
I did not.
Yeah, a bunch of tornadoes swirling around the Kansas City, Kauffman Stadium, Arrowhead Stadium. There was tornadoes in that area. No significant damage with the twisters in that area at either stadium, so that's good news for the Royals and the Chiefs fans. I think the only picture I saw with damage at Arrowhead Stadium, a pooper was tipped over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a pooper was tipped over. One of the outside outhouses.
Porta potties.
Yeah, porta potties was tipped over. It's the only damage they had at Arrowhead Stadium yesterday.
Poopers?
I don't know. I call them all kinds of things, but probably not
I
good
call
for
them,
the
I'm
show.
not going in there.
Unless you have to.
Last resort.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
I'll find a tree before I go into a porta potty, man.
Not in the middle of the day. You're not going to find a tree.
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
Without going into the porta potty things?
I won't. I refuse.
Sometimes they're kind of gross.
Kinda?
Well, sometimes they're cleaned up. Like if you get them early. If you have to go, you have to go, man.
Find a tree.
Come on. 7:17. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's a Wednesday. You're listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Lots to get to on the local news front today. We'll start off with Hastings Fire and Rescue and Hastings Police Department competing in their 7th annual Battle of the Badges Blood Drive tomorrow. The event runs from noon until 6 at the City Auditorium. The event encourages blood donations for the American Red Cross, with donors choosing to support either Team Fire or Team Police. In 2024, Hastings Fire and Rescue won the local competition with 75 units to the Police Department's 61. Hastings also triumphed in the Tri-Cities competition with 137 total pints, surpassing their goal of 91. Donors can register via the Red Cross app. Hastings College has received a full reaffirmation of accreditation from the Higher Learning Commission, meeting all criteria with no required interim monitoring. The achievement reflects the institution's strong performance, transparency, and commitment to continuous improvement. The reaffirmation followed a rigorous year-long process and review, which highlighted strengths such as collaborative governance, a centralized administrative structure, and the implementation group, which plays a central role in inclusive planning and decision-making. The next accreditation review is scheduled for 2034. The Nebraska State Patrol is alerting the public after 2 recent overdose incidents in southwest Nebraska involving suspected counterfeit pills laced with synthioid are synthetic opioids. The overdoses occurred in McCook and Culbertson over the past 3 days. The McCook case, under investigation by the McCook Police Department, resulted in the death of a 22-year-old woman. The Culbertson case, which did not involve a fatality, is being investigated by the Nebraska State Patrol with support from the Hitchcock County Sheriff's Office. Authorities believe the counterfeit pills were designed to resemble legitimate prescription medications, but likely contain highly potent synthetic opioids, which can be deadly even in small doses. The State Patrol is working with local agencies to determine if the cases are connected. State Auditor Mike Foley's office has sounded the alarm and issued 8 audit letters in the past 6 weeks to local Nebraska governments, highlighting a concerning trend of financial misconduct in small counties and villages. Some agencies, like Dundee County, have responded by increasing oversight. Foley warned that smaller governments often lack checks and balances, making them more vulnerable to fraud. He emphasized that board members need to take oversight seriously, especially with evidence of misconduct is presented. The auditor's office is being stretched thin by the uptick in local issues, making it harder to monitor large state agencies. Foley has called on lawmakers for more resources, arguing stronger auditing would ultimately save the state money. Well, after months of speculation, we have election news for you. Nebraska State Senator John Kavanaugh officially announcing his candidacy for Congress in Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District on Wednesday. The Omaha Democrat joins a growing primary field with 3 other candidates who have announced. The winner of the May 2026 Democratic primary will face incumbent Republican Don Bacon, who successfully defended the seat last year against Tony Vargas. Kavanaugh said he has no plans on his Kavanaugh said he plans to run on his legislative record, highlighting his support for working-class Nebraskans and reproductive rights. 7:21, we'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, the Super Regionals are set for the NCAA College Baseball Tournament. On Friday, Miami will be at Louisville. Florida State is at Oregon State. Arizona at North Carolina, and Coastal Carolina at Auburn. On Saturday, Texas El Paso is at UCLA, Murray State at Duke, West Virginia at LSU, and Tennessee at Arkansas. The winners of the best of 3 series will advance to the College World Series in Omaha beginning on June 13th. In American Legion baseball action last night, Hastings 5 Points Bank scored 8 runs in the first inning and then held off Columbus Cornerstone 10-9 in 8 innings. Zane Thompson threw 2 in the 3rd innings of scoreless relief to pick up the win. Isaiah Shaw and Parker Hodgen had 3 hits apiece. Hastings is now 4-1 in the season. They'll play North Platte tonight at 5. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports beginning with the pregame show at 4:45 this afternoon. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, they beat Columbus last night by a score of 10-1. The Braves hammered out 13 base hits in the game, including 4 by Gus Hamburger. Tregan Way was the winning pitcher. JIH is now 4-1 in the season. They'll play North Platte in the second game tonight at 7:30. We'll also have that game for you tonight on Extreme Sports. Hastings runs in action last night. They swept a doubleheader from South Central Post 256. Winning by scores of 4-3 and 9-6. Hastings is now 4-0. Kearney Miscos beat Grand Island Home Federal 3-2. Cash Foster was the winning pitcher. Ethan Kostler took the loss. Kearney is now 5-1. Grand Island falls to 3-4. Hastings Sodbusters, they had their game with the Fremont Moo postponed last night due to rainy and wet conditions up in Fremont. The Sodbusters will play host to the Nebraska Prospects on Thursday. First pitch will be at 6:35 out of Duncan. And the 67th annual Shrine Bowl football game will be played on Saturday at Ron and Carol Cope Stadium, Foster Field in Kearney. Kevin Stein of Northwest will be the head coach of the North team. His players include Riley Halling of Grand Island, Riley Levine of Central City, and Camden Walker of Northwest. The South roster includes Chance Burton of Hastings High, Owen Axman and Solomon Weens of Kearney Catholic, Ethan Shaw of Sandy Creek, Tyson Breckner of Donovan Trumbull, and Reese Bertrand of Kearney High. Saturday's game will get underway at 4 o'clock. That's a check on your sports headlines. It's 7:24 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Wednesday, we'll actually have a dry day after a couple wet and soggy days. Partly sunny skies, a high in the low 70s, and a north-northwest wind about 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll have a chance for an isolated shower. 54 is the overnight low. Thursday, we bring back chances for showers again, and that'll carry into Thursday night and Friday. 68 is the high Thursday, Friday 74, and by the weekend, more sunshine and back to the 80s.
As you wake up, get going. We've got northwest winds at 5 miles per hour. It is partly cloudy. It is 49 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class winged beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
All right, Mike Wilczynski and Veronica with you. You're listening to Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday. Again, thanks for joining us, whether you're listening to us on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. We are everywhere that you are, but bottom line is, thanks for joining us. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors about this show. We'd love to have each and one of you join us Monday through Friday from 7 until 8. As usual, the phone lines are open. You can chime in with us. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. 402-834-1330. Whatever is on your mind today, let's talk about it. Leave us a message on our social media sites. We're monitoring those comments as well. So anything on your mind? We've talked about Tom Thibodeau being fired out of the New York Knicks organization. We've talked a little bit about Legion Baseball from last night. He's seen Sodbusters. So whatever's on your mind, give us a shout-out here this morning. The Stanley Cup Finals, they get underway tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Florida and Edmonton. I think you and I were both on Florida at the start of the NHL playoffs, and the defending champs are still around. They go 6 games maybe with Edmonton.
How many games is it going to go? Yeah, 6. That's a good number.
Florida going to win in 6.
I think that's a good number. Edmonton will pick up a couple at home, but I think Florida just ultimately is too much muscle for them. Edmonton might try to force it to a 7th, but I think they'll find a way to Edmonton and fumble that game. And so yeah, that's a good pick prediction. Florida in 6.
Yeah, Florida won the championship last year. It's kind of funny that with all the teams in Canada and more hockey-related type cities and states that Florida, that you would think that would be like the sunshine. You don't think of them as a hockey destination unless you're into the NHL and you're into hockey. But you think of Florida being hot and miserable during the summer.
They have an ownership team.
Yeah, we're going to play hockey.
They've got an ownership team that has a lot of money, that's not afraid to spend, and not afraid to spend on some of the Canadian-born all-stars, some of the Russian-born all-stars, some of the Finns and the Swedes, and they bring in a very international flavor, and they go cherry-pick from some of the other NHL teams. Looking at you, St. Louis Blues. We've been picked a time or two as Florida just waves the money around at the free agency period. They get all the big guys, and that's the difference. The difference when you take a look at some of these major market teams, and I'm not just talking hockey, professional sports in general. When you get an ownership group that comes in that is going to put a product that the fans are going to spend their money and support, they don't think twice about spending those prices to head to those games, to watch a successful franchise. When you have an ownership team like the Colorado Rockies who refuse to spend even a dime on the free agency period, you have historically bad seasons and fan base and fan support that starts to dwindle. So all credit to Florida, and until there's a ownership team that gets up there and gets aggressive, I think Florida is going to continue to dominate. Again, this is a franchise that's dominated the hockey scene for the last 4 or 5 years now, with just continued success, and so we're seeing that pay off. And yeah, Florida in 6.
Yeah, you can put your toes in the sand, enjoy the palm trees, and then enjoy hockey on the ice. You got it all. You got it all in Florida. Plus, they don't have any taxes down there. Why wouldn't Florida have a great team in the NHL?
Right.
So anyway, the Stanley Cup Finals get underway tonight. NBA Finals will get underway tomorrow as Indiana will play at Oklahoma City. The Pacers playing in the NBA Finals for the first time since 2000. The Thunder are in the Finals for the first time since 2012. I think Oklahoma City in 6.
I'm going to say less. I'm going to go unders. Oklahoma City, if they sweep, I'd be a little surprised. I think Indiana can get 1. I will say OKC in 5.
All right, so the NBA and NHL seasons will be winding down here in the next week or so. That's when college baseball gets started. The Super Regionals are going to be held this weekend. Everything is the best 2 out of 3 affair this weekend. Then the 8 winners move on to the College World Series in Omaha beginning at about June 13th. So about the time the NHL and the NBA seasons get wrapped up, then we'll be firmly entrenched with the College World Series in Omaha that gets underway on June 13th. And, hell, before you know it, June will be over and we'll be into July.
Independence Day, we're shooting off fireworks. A week after that, we're watching the Home Run Derby because it's already the halfway point of the Major League Baseball season, and then we're getting our high school football previews put together for the upcoming season. The summer really ramps up this time of year, especially on the sports scene, and fun and exciting time as we hit the postseason. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, yesterday around the Extreme Sports office, we were putting together college football schedules. Nebraska, of course, opens their season on Thursday night, August the 28th. In Kansas City against Cincinnati. Hastings College will play that opening weekend as well on a Saturday at Doane, beginning at 6 o'clock. That'll be a night game. So it's kind of pieced together the Hastings College's schedules, the Nebraska schedules. We'll get into some more stuff. I was looking at soccer. I was looking at volleyball for Hastings College, and all that stuff is going to be ramping up here soon. So before we know it, we'll have the fall sports season. So enjoy each and every day that you have here in the summer. It's going to slide away quickly on us here. So.
Way to be doom and gloom here on this bright and sunny Wednesday. It's like, the summer's going to end, by the way, before you know it. You'll blink and it'll be over.
I'm just saying you got to get out and enjoy it.
Kids listening to this show, man. Like, they're just starting their summer vacay. They're probably excited to go to the water park one of these days. And you're like, oh, nope, summer's going to be over before you know it.
Well, the water park hasn't even been open because it's been so miserable.
It has been a miserable start to the summer.
We've had cool weather.
Like, apart from Monday.
Rainy conditions for the past couple of weeks, albeit we need the rain, but God, the kids are going to get excited to get to the water park and do their summer activities. So that's what's going on there. What else we got going today? It's a Wednesday, the 4th day of June. Anything special that we need to talk about?
The National Day calendar today. It is National Cheese Day today.
I love cheese.
Yeah, we're celebrating the rich, creamy world of cheese. I'll be honest with you, I'm basic when it comes to cheese. Like, I know that there's all sorts of cheese out there in the world, flavor profiles and textures of cheese and different cheeses for different pairings with things. Give me, like, Velveeta and Kraft all day long.
Velveeta and Kraft?
That I can just melt onto the things I'm making.
Because you like cheese on everything.
Everything.
Cheese on your green beans.
Got it. Yep. Only way I can eat vegetables.
I like to smoke. I like to smoke different types of cheeses. In fact, a couple of guys I see that are in the lobby are big smokers of cheese as well. So I eat different kinds of cheese. I love cheese. I love smoked cheese. I'm just whining because Don's in the lobby today. Maybe he'll bring me a slice or two of cheese.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a great smoker of cheese. He comes up with some different styles of cheese that I enjoy.
There you go. So, cheese day. I'm basic.
Well, I was just kind of whining because I noticed Don was in the lobby today.
Yeah, you're trying to squeeze out some cheese from Don over there.
Yeah, he's probably got about 300 packs of cheese in his...
Holy crap.
Yeah, he smokes all the time. That's the IT's neighbor.
Loves cheese.
That's the IT's neighbor. So, Don, you can just drop him off over at Sheen's and I'll pick him up.
It's also National Cognac Day today, to raise a glass to that rich, velvety spirit of cognac. Did I pronounce that right? I think I did. It's like Hennessy, basically. I never really understood what it is or why people like it so much.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm
Hennessy,
sorry.
It's a liquor. A liqueur.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm sorry. I'm out of that discussion.
Okay. You don't have cats either. It's National Hug Your Cat Day today.
I'm not a cat lover. My daughter had a cat when she was growing up, and I couldn't stand it. I just think cats are sneaky. Yeah, it's not like a dog. Cats are sneaky.
Dogs do tend to be more clumsy as they make their way.
Yeah, cats, they sneak around. You never know where they're at. They're hanging on your curtains. They're jumping on crap all over the place.
All of my parents' cats are busy napping on the couch.
They poop in your house.
They poop in a litter box.
I know, but it's in your house.
It's better than like hiding it in the yard when you're navigating a minefield in there.
At least you go outside, get your butt up, and go pick up the poop outside.
But the litter is clean and it will
I know, but it's in your house. It's in the corner of your house, and a cat goes over there and
then
poops.
clean out the litter box.
It starts to stink.
It really doesn't if you clean it out every day.
Every day?
Well, they poop every day.
Well, not everybody cleans out the litter box every day, do
Well,
they?
that's why it smells.
Yeah, I'm not a big cat
Pro
lover.
maintenance with the cats.
I'll take a dog over a cat any day.
Cats are less maintenance, but yeah, I'm all about. I'm just pro animal in general. National Old Maids Day today honors the underlying spirit of the women who broke away from the social pressures and societal norms. National Old Maids Day today. National Tailors Day today, celebrating the artistry and skill of tailors. And some of these days, like, where do you come up with this? We're celebrating shopping carts today. Celebrate the baskets on wheels we use to journey through the aisles in a supermarket. We discussed this yesterday about shopping carts.
You don't use a shopping cart. You just use the little basket.
I use the basket, and I don't use the shopping cart because every time I get a shopping cart, I'll end up with the one with like the dumb wheel that's just stuck sideways.
Or the one that makes noise. Yeah. So you're running down the aisle and everybody's looking at you. Hey, it's not my cart. I'm just borrowing this thing.
That's right.
Yeah, and I know it makes noise, but I'm just borrowing it to get my lettuce and my cheese.
Yep. No, I just grabbed the basket. National Shopping Cart Day today. National Clean Beauty Day today. We're ditching the harsh chemicals and switching to gentle, eco-friendly beauty products. That's a rather odd one. And National Safe Day, protecting our loved ones by raising awareness about firearm safety and storage. Those are all of your holidays today. So enjoy some cheese.
All very exciting.
In summary, enjoy some cheese today.
Well, yeah, you got off to a great start with National Cheese Day.
Well, you tend to lead off with your heavy hitters.
Yeah, and that was definitely a heavy hitter because I love cheese, especially smoked cheese.
I don't think anybody in the lobby has a disagreement about cheese. I think we're all pro cheese people.
I guess I don't have a favorite type of cheese. You mentioned Velveeta, that's all right, but I'm thinking more like American cheese or cheddar cheese, or my wife has this eats something with some kind of a spice in it. Forgot what it is.
Pepper jack?
Pepper jack.
There it is.
Now, I didn't like pepper jack. I never could stand it. And then I've had it as smoked pepper jack the past year or so, and I now kind of enjoy pepper jack cheese.
I make my hamburgers with Havarti cheese.
Do you have white cheese? Or
I do. Yeah.
When you make it, like if you top your burger, you put white cheese on it?
Havarti, yep.
And then are you cold or do you let it melt?
Oh, you got to let it melt.
Yeah, see, the IT guy, he's cold cheese.
Oh, that's sick and wrong. And that's burger abuse.
And then I was doing this barbecue over the weekend for the kiddos on the baseball team. I had a couple of kids say, just put cheese on it. I said, you want me to put it on there now? He said, no, I just want cold cheese.
Nope. That's twisted.
I thought the IT guy was backwards.
Yeah.
But now I had a couple of kids at this little barbecue I did over the weekend. They asked for just cold cheese.
How do you expect to string wins together if you're eating cold cheese? It's the first step.
Maybe that's the problem.
You got to eat like a champion.
Maybe that's the problem.
Eating cold cheese. Good
yeah,
God.
KK's chimed in now with pepper jack. She's about 5 minutes behind.
It's like eating cereal without milk.
I do that.
That's wild. That's just no. Stop it.
I eat. I don't eat
Just
a
grab
lot
a handful of cereal.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh, that's wild.
Like if I'm just looking for something to munch on
Like
throughout
that's
the day.
feral, dude.
Well, I just walk in to open up the little door where it's at. Open her up, and there's what my wife is eating. She's more of a cereal eater, so I grab a handful. Then what drives her crazy is I lose a lot of the cereal out of my hand. It drops on the floor, and it's all over the place.
Oh, God, yeah. I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. You know the bookkeeper. I eat this cereal all around the office, and I drop it everywhere. And for some reason, the dog doesn't eat it. I thought
because it doesn't have milk on it.
I thought Raja would just walk around and eat the crumbs that I'm scattering throughout the house, falling out of my hand as I'm eating my sugar smacks.
Come on, Raj, help a brother out.
No, Raja doesn't eat them. So then I catch the crap from the bookkeeper when she comes home. I can see I see you've been in the cereal. I don't have time to vacuum every day. I see you've been in the cereal. Yeah, I have. She caught me red-handed. Cereal's all over the place.
Good stuff.
Anyway, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. Yeah, Shane says, don't knock the cold cheese until you try it.
It's just, that feels like a difference in texture and temperature. I can't go along with that.
I'm with you. I'm on your island on that topic. I need to have the cheese melted.
Yeah.
And do you need a full slice of cheese? If you use those like Kraft singles, do you need a full slice of cheese to have it ooze? Yeah, ooze it over the end and down into your fire.
Get it onto the bun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get it on your your grilling grates.
See, like if I take a bite of something, I can't have the temperature change while I'm biting through it. That's just weird to me and foreign.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. You take a bite into your hamburger and you get cold cheese right off the bat. Then you mix it in with a warm burger.
This is not how we celebrate Cheese Day.
God, how did we get on this topic?
Because you asked what holidays were today, and I told you Cheese Day.
How did we get on this topic? I was just whining for maybe Don to bring us over some cheese.
And it has escalated into whether or not you put cold cheese on a burger. Well, it is grilling season. We got plenty of people that grill out and camp out.
Yeah, I
here
love
on the
grilling.
show. I'd be curious to see the audience participation levels on this. I just can't see like slapping on cold cheese, even in a pinch. Like if you forgot to put the cheese on the burger,
you put the burger back on the grill.
You put the burger back on.
Yeah, put it back on and let the cheese melt.
Give it a second.
Yeah, if you'd like to chime in, we'd love to.
Freak.
See, I told you, you don't even have to be sports related if you want to call in and join us on this show. Even if we're talking something idiotic like melting cheese on your hamburger or just throwing on a cold slice of cheese, if you'd like to chime in, we'd love to hear from you on this show. The Shrine Bowl football game is coming up this Saturday. It's kind of an annual event going on in Kearney. It sneaks up every year. Yeah, I basically totally blew it off until I got some notices on it this week. I didn't even put that on my radar screen as it's coming up, but it's the 67th annual event. It's in Kearney, going to be played on Saturday. They're going to have a parade and everything during the morning. The game will kick off at 4 in the afternoon. Got some local flavors. We told you Kevin Stein of Northwest going to be the head coach of the North team. Got a couple of players from Grand Island on the roster. Riley Holling of Senior High, Camden Walker of Northwest. The South roster includes Chance Burton of Hastings High. So Chance probably not playing baseball this week.
Is like it's separated by the Platte River, right? North and south.
I don't know how they. I think it is
because you have all those Grand Island guys up on the north squad.
Yeah,
and then some Donovan Trumbull flavor on the south.
Yeah, we got
which is like separated by all of 5 miles.
Tyson Breckner of Donovan Trumbull.
Yep.
Reese Bertrand of Kearney High is also on the south.
Is Kearney south of the Platte River?
Let's see, Kearney is, aren't they north of the Platte River?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the dividing line is. Ethan Shaw of Sandy Creek's on the south.
Oh, maybe I-80.
It could be I-80.
Well, Kearney's north of I-80 too.
Owen Axman and Solomon Weens of Kearney Catholic, they're on the south. Yeah, I don't know what the dividing line is.
Anywho's, congratulations, Coach Stein, getting the nod to coach the North squad. I had multiple years of experience with Coach Stein when I was up doing some Northwest football duties. Just one of the great guys, one of the great football guys in the state. Just so respected by every school in Class B that we play. Talked with a lot of opposing coaches. A similar scouting report kind of show, and that's all they could do is, man, they just praise Coach Stein for what he's done and his commitment to that Northwest football program. He's obviously got son Joe up in Northern Illinois balling and going D1. So yeah, just an incredible guy. But like I said about the coaches, man, more so than the success that they have on the field, it's about their commitment to raising these young men up to the best men that they can be, and everybody that leaves that program leaves with an attitude of respect. It leaves with an attitude that they're going to go out and be leaders, not only on the field and in the classroom, but in their communities. And so can't be more excited for him getting the nod up on that North squad. Saturday's game gets underway at 4 o'clock at UNK. A couple of people chiming in on our hot and cold cheese deal. KK, you might know. You might know KK's a cold cheese gal. Taking sides. Oh, Shane's brainwashing her. Yeah, Shane's brainwashing her. I bet KK used to like hot cheese, and now since she's been hanging out with Shane the past couple of years, the IT guy, Shane, is brainwashing KK. Now KK likes cold cheese. Listen, man, you got to be careful with hurling around the IT insults. He has access to your microphone and can shut it off at any time. Ryan Martin has chimed in. He likes hot cheese. Ryan Martin's smart. A couple of Facebook messages. Ryan Martin's normal, like us. Like hot cheese. Oh, God. What else is happening we need to talk about? Oh, by the way, Legion Baseball tonight. We're going to get our broadcast season started. Going to be at home. Hastings and North Platte tonight. They're going to move the seniors game to the first game at 5. Mm-hmm. The juniors game, which is the Braves game, they'll play at 7:30. The Hastings 5 Points Bank team is going to be playing in the Kansas City tournament starting tomorrow, and they got their brackets for the Kansas City tournament earlier this week, and we're going to play one of the first games tomorrow at noon. So instead of playing the late game tonight and getting just a couple of hours of sleep and hopping back in your vehicle and heading down the road to Kansas City, they're going to give the guys a couple of hours head start, so to speak. We'll play the first game. The seniors game will be at 5. The juniors game will be at 7:30, but never fear, we'll have both games for you here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame at about 4:45 this afternoon. So excited to see how Hastings 5 Points Bank, and for that matter, Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, both of their rosters, just on the surface, they look stacked to me. Yeah. And I was talking to some baseball people over the weekend saying, hey, what do you think? How do we stack up with the other teams in the area? We have about as good a team as anybody in our area. So maybe we can create some noise this year. Excited to get the season underway on the air tonight on Extreme Sports. Well, I think there's, some high expectations. Certainly when you take a look at JIH last year when they make that state tournament run, and for that matter, 5 Points as well when you were up over there in Scottsbluff, and there's some expectations that this team is going to take another step forward and make some noise. And when you take a look at that roster, man, very similar to kind of our conversations that we had this high school baseball season with the coaches. When you take a look at the roster, and it's like, how do you even put a lineup together 1 through 9? That's so much talent there. And just putting the lineup together 1 through 9 certainly has to be a daily grind and a challenge for the guys. But yeah, they're stacked, they're loaded, they're ready to roll, and excited to, as you say, get our broadcast season underway, as will be your exclusive home for American Legion Baseball here in 2025.
All gets underway this afternoon at 4:45 here on Extreme Sports. It's coming up on 7:54. Good morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Hastings Fire and Rescue and Hastings Police Department will be competing in the 7th annual Battle of the Badges Blood Drive tomorrow from noon until 6 at the Hastings City Auditorium. The event encourages blood donations for the American Red Cross, with donors choosing to support either Team Fire or Team Police. Last year, Hastings Fire and Rescue won the local competition with 75 units to the Police Department's 61. Hastings also triumphed in the Tri-City competition with 137 total units. Hastings College has received full reaffirmation of accreditation from the Higher Learning Commission, meeting all criteria with no required interim monitoring. The achievement reflects the institution's strong performance, transparency, and commitment to continuous improvement. The reaffirmation followed a rigorous year-long process and review, which highlighted strengths such as collaborative governance, a centralized administrative structure, and the implementation group, which plays a central role in inclusive planning and decision-making. The next accreditation review is scheduled for 2034. The Nebraska State Patrol is alerting the public after 2 recent overdose incidents in southwest Nebraska, involving suspected counterfeit pills laced with synthetic opioids. The overdoses occurred in McCook and Culbertson over the last 3 days. The McCook case, under investigation by the McCook Police Department, resulted in the death of a 22-year-old woman. The Culbertson case is being investigated by the Nebraska State Patrol. It did not involve a fatality. Authorities believe that counterfeit pills were designed to resemble legitimate prescription medications, but likely contain highly potent synthetic opioids, which can be deadly even in small doses. The State Patrol is working with local agencies to determine if the cases are connected. State Auditor Mike Foley's office has issued 8 audit letters in the past 6 weeks to local Nebraska governments, highlighting a concerning trend of financial misconduct in small counties and villages. Some agencies, like Dundee County, have responded by increasing oversight. Foley warned that smaller governments can often lack checks and balances, making them more vulnerable to fraud, and emphasized that board members need to take oversight seriously, especially when evidence of misconduct is present. The auditor's office is being stretched thin by the uptick in the local issues, making it harder for his office to monitor large state agencies. In response, Foley has called on lawmakers for more resources, arguing that stronger auditing would ultimately save the state money. And in election news, after months of speculation, Nebraska State Senator John Kavanaugh has officially announced his candidacy for Congress in Nebraska's 2nd District. The Omaha Democrat joins a growing primary field with 3 other candidates who have already announced. The winner of the May 2026 Democratic primary will face incumbent Republican Don Bacon, who successfully defended the seat last year against Tony Vargas. Kavanaugh said he plans to run on his legislative record, highlighting his support for working-class Nebraskans and reproductive rights. 3 minutes till 8 o'clock. We'll head back to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, the Super Regionals are set for the NCAA College Baseball Tournament. On Friday, Miami will be at Louisville. Florida State is at Oregon State. Arizona at North Carolina, and Coastal Carolina at Auburn. On Saturday, Texas El Paso is at UCLA. Murray State is at Duke. West Virginia at LSU, and Tennessee at Arkansas. The winners of the best-of-3 series will advance to the College World Series in Omaha beginning on June 13th. Legion baseball last night. Hastings 5 Points Bank beat Columbus 10-9 in 8 innings. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes over Columbus 10-1. Both teams will play North Platte tonight. Again, 5 and 7:30 game times on the air with the pregame at 4:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Hastings runs a sweeping 2 from South Central Post 256 last night, 4-3 and 9-6. Kearney Miscos over Grand Island Home Federal 3-1. Sodbusters were rained out last night up in Fremont. They'll play the Nebraska Prospects on Thursday. And we mentioned the 67th annual Shrine Bowl football game is going to be played on Saturday at Ron and Carol Cope Stadium, Foster Field in Kearney. Kickoff for the game will be at 4 o'clock. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:58.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Wednesday, we'll actually have a dry day after a couple wet and soggy days. Partly sunny skies, a high in the low 70s, and a north-northwest wind about 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll have a chance for an isolated shower. 54 is the overnight low. Thursday, we bring back chances for showers again, and that'll carry into Thursday night and Friday. 68 is the high Thursday, Friday 74, and by the weekend, more sunshine and back to the 80s.
Northwest winds at 5. We've got partly sunny skies. It is 50 degrees in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
June is busting out in live music at Muletta Vista Winery. This is Mick, and there is nothing like a summer's evening out on our patio, especially when it's filled with great music, award-winning wines, and mouth-watering foods. Saturday on June 7th, you can come enjoy country music sounds of Grant Pickrell. Grant is from Fullerton. Then on the 21st, it's classic rock and country from Eben Rosentrader. Make your reservations now on our website at MulettaVistaWinery.com. Come see us, Muletta Vista Winery, St. Paul, Nebraska. Learn more on Facebook or on our website.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Cam Raceway brings the action every Friday night with high-speed thrills and dirt-flying excitement for the whole family. From A-class and non-wing warriors to junior sprints, junior cage karts, and flat karts, there's something for every race fan to cheer for. Grandstands open at 7. Ages 13 and up are just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free. Want to be part of the action? Pit passes are just $20, with gates opening at 5:30. And mark your calendars. June 27th and 28th, the now 600 National Series comes to town, featuring drivers from all over the nation and some of the best racing you'll see all season. Cam Raceway, where the dirt flies and legends are made.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Get Mike Will, Tyson and Bronick with you. It's Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday. Again, we've got Legion Baseball coming up for you later on today here on Extreme Sports. Hastings and North Platte from Duncan Field. 4:45 for the pregame this afternoon, 5 o'clock for the seniors game, then 7:30 for the juniors game tonight. We'll have both contests here on Extreme Sports.
There you go. All set.
I was just
for a
kind of
fun
reading,
night of baseball.
Just trying to read some of the messages that are coming in on our Facebook side here.
Chatty lobby today.
Oh, we got the chief smoker guy. He says he's got some smoked butter that you can put on top of your burger before you top it with cheese.
Okay.
See, he knows how to cook.
Yeah.
the IT guy's neighbor. He knows how to cook, so he's got smoked butter that he puts on top of his burger before he puts the cheese on top of the burger.
So when we going for a cookout?
Yeah, Don needs to hold a neighborhood cookout.
Or Extreme Sports cookout.
Yeah, I just see he put his pool up, so it's operational.
A little Extreme Sports pool party and cookout?
We could have a gathering over at his house, right across the street from the IT guy.
We could bring some garage beer.
Oh, there you go. I still have some.
You haven't drank it all yet?
No, I still got some in my RV.
God, look at you showing restraint. Beer doesn't last very long in my fridge.
I bet it's gone this weekend. We're at the lake this weekend. I bet it's gone.
Oh, hell, yeah.
Because
it won't survive.
Yeah, I bet it's gone this weekend. It's been hanging out.
What is the weekend forecast for the lake? You going to be able to get the boat out?
God, I don't know.
It's been miserable.
Every time we go down there, it's raining. What is the forecast? I think it's supposed to be nice for the weekend, isn't it?
Let's do a lake forecast here for the weekend.
I'll just look at it. Looks like, 80s.
80.
70s. Looks like 81 Saturday.
It's going to rain Friday.
Chance of rain Friday.
Chance of rain Thursday, too. It's going to get wet again.
But it looks like upper 70s or 80s. Possibility this weekend.
That's still that's not enough lake weather for me. I need those temps up, baby.
Yeah, I just as soon have them up. If you're heading out to the lake, usually it's like 15 degrees, 20 degrees cooler on the lake than it is on land.
Mm-hmm. So that'll put the lake at about 50.
Yeah, that's too cold. But people will be out probably. If not, I'll hitch a ride on somebody's boat.
Or just drink garage beer at the campsite.
Sit at the campsite and just drink garage beer all day.
Well, that sounds like a fun weekend.
Oh, it's only Wednesday. God, it's only Wednesday. We're only midweek, my man. We got work to do.
What is this magical thing you call work?
Anything on the agenda for you today? I think this is your off day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing to do?
No particular place to go. Just going to hang out.
Don't have to mow the yard?
Do a little house cleanup, maybe. Some chores. Get that stuff done and out of the way before the weekend hits, so I don't have to worry about it on the weekend.
That's a good plan.
It's always a good time to wrap up that stuff. So
you got to have a day to get organized. Usually that's Sunday for me.
A day to get organized?
A day to get organized. You got to plan, get things out of the way, do this, get a couple of things you've been putting off, put on the back burner. You've got to find a day to get them done. Well, today's that day for you.
My brain needs like an hourly organizational restructuring. Trying to balance 4 different jobs and schedules and calendars, and you get requests for, can you cover this shift? Can you cover that shift day? Can we switch this around? It's like you see those maps on when the FBI is trying to pinpoint a suspect. And they got red lines going everywhere across the city. That's what's on my fridge right now, just trying to keep track of my calendar. It's wild, man.
But today,
hourly restructuring.
Today is just completely naked.
Right. It's that day. It's that day where I get all of the other stuff done so that I can enjoy the weekend and not have to worry about things. So yeah.
All right. Everybody needs a day like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people call them personal days off. We don't have that in our contract.
No, I work on the weekends a lot, so I don't get weekends. This is kind of like my let's call it a Sunday.
Yeah, or a personal day off.
Taking it.
We don't have that in our contract with Extreme Sports. You need to talk to the bookkeeper.
I'm going to ask for Friday morning after the Thursday home opener off. Well, not home opener, Arrowhead.
Chances that happening are not good.
Not for getting Friday morning off?
Maybe Friday morning.
Protest.
But you're probably going to have more duties on Friday than just that. I was looking at that yesterday because I was thinking about taking the day off. But
we get a delayed start to the show?
No. No, I have a delayed start.
Come on, man. We make the rules. We make our own rules.
You can't get up at 7 o'clock?
Not after a 7 o'clock night game that's not going to get over until midnight.
That's good because it's an 8 o'clock start.
Not an 8 o'clock start that's not going to get over till 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what kind of shape I'll be in that Friday morning? Come on, man.
I might be doing the show by myself.
We can discuss this tomorrow.
I'll look for
We're in OT.
Yeah, but I'll look for a co-host. I can do it. I'll look for a co-host. I got clear till August to worry about that. Yeah, we're in OT.
Wrap it up. You've been listening to Huddle Up.
Yes, you have. If you'd like to listen to it again, you can. Go to our social media sites, find the podcast section, download it, and listen to it at your convenience. A lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting topics we discussed on the show here today. Tyson's got the rest of the day off, so he'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go tomorrow morning. We'll do it again tomorrow morning, shall we? 7 o'clock starting time. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on